Well, renesting is really important because it gives the bird an opportunity to be raised by its parent or parents. Like any young animal or bird developing, it's so important to know who you are and what you're supposed to be. We can simulate that here as best we can, but nothing will replace nature. We often see birds falling out of nests even pre-spring almost with owls, and then through the summer even, because some of the songbirds will nest deep into the season. It's common when there's no snow on the ground to be getting birds falling out of nests.
You are holding him exactly where you should be, though. I'm just going to try.
He's pretty healthy so far. It's a very delicate stage. Often people find these young birds hopping around on the ground and they've mistaken them for injury, and that's why it's so important to call a wildlife rehabilitation center before you grab the bird, unless it's in a dangerous scenario, so that you can have our hotline or other professionals help you determine if they are truly in need of rescue or not.
How we give our reuniting instructions, obviously we would have to assess the situation, but the baby needs to be put in a box exactly or as close to where it was found with a direct heat source.
There's two types of baby birds. There's precocial birds, and they're the birds like you see geese and ducks, goslings and ducklings. They come out of the egg, and within a matter of hours, they can actually be up and at it and doing everything, feeding on their own, walking, they can even swim. Now, I always have trouble with this word, even though I've been saying it forever. The altricial birds are young birds that are hatched that then are completely reliant on the parents for a long time in the nest and are completely incapable of doing all that much without their parental care. Ultimately, they get to a stage where they can feel their legs, they can feel their wings, their feathers are growing in, and they want out of the nest. So this is coming on to the fledgling stage. And this is the time they can't fly, but they're antsy, they can start to pick around at food on their own, and often the excitement of this growing causes them to tumble out of the nest.
So we're off to a golf course that we've actually been to many times. It's beautiful manicured course, and there's a great horned owl family that returns every year and nests. And because it's so well manicured, all the branches have been cut that have died as the evergreens have grown, just to make it look clean. But this way, unfortunately, when the owlets get old enough to leave the nest, there's no branches for them to kind of grab except for the canopy they're in. So if they go down a bit, they can't go back up. So hoping it's just straightforward that we just ascend up into the tree, drop them in that nest or onto a good branch, and off we go.
It's a great opportunity to be able to renest these birds. If all the information's there, we know that their parent or parents are both still taking care of them, and we know where the nest is, it's accessible, the bird that came in is in good health. Okay, we should find somebody to talk to.
He was actually underneath of that small one right behind.
Yeah.
And then this is where we're assuming he maybe fell out of.
There's a ton of feathers all
on this side here.
Oh,
Lots
yeah.
of feathers.
Okay, I think that's good. We'll check in with you once we figure out what we're gonna do.
Okay, cool.
And if we end up plopping them up somewhere, then we'll show you. So then you and then maybe you can share it with all the staff.
It's okay. He's not gonna run out.
So sometimes you'll get a call or a reaction or a flyover or something like that. It's just another tool to try, just to try to zero in. But literally, we could put this bird in any tree, and he'd probably be just fine. So we might just put him in that cluster of trees that have lots of low-hanging branches, and have them monitor. But he's going to stay put up there, and if he falls, he can go back up, and then they'll just reconnect tonight when he hoots for his meal. It might be interesting if I can climb this tree and then put him onto that branch. Then he's in a tree that they really want him in. And if he falls down, hopefully that way he's got all this option. Okay, I'm lowering the rope.
Perfect. Got it?
Yeah, we've had some on the ground before here, but smaller.
I've been here many times for this exact same thing.
Much smaller, but yeah.
Yeah, this guy's much bigger. I think he got excited with the wind maybe and tried to for his first flight and just didn't have a branch to grab on the way down.
Okay, we're attached.
Hey, I'm going.
All right. He's out of my hands. A bit to the, yeah, you're good.
I did good.
Okay. See, I don't know if you can reach it. Up there.
Okay, start the tension. The owl, I don't know if you heard about the owl. There was a baby owl that came down from the wind yesterday. We've just put it back up in a tree. It's a beautiful. It'll be okay. Yeah, but we really rely on you and other people to keep an eye on it. We didn't really need the nest. He's definitely old enough to not be at the nest. We can't find it. He's within feet of where he or she was within feet of where it was found. So there'll be no problem with the reuniting tonight. And this gives the owl a chance to just settle down and get its surroundings and further learn how to keep balance in wind and noises and everything else that he needs to learn.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and make sure you hit the bell to be notified when we share new content. We would also love if you shared this video with a friend.